Hello and welcome back to the MC Championship video. We were blessed with the MCC 24 teams last week, so let's discuss each team, analyze their strengths and weaknesses, and try to rank each one from last to first. And I say try because, damn, they're balanced. All thanks go to Scott's mage of these insane teams. A quick disclaimer, my discussion of each team is based purely on facts and statistics from past events, nothing will be made up, and as for my ranking, it's all opinion based while remaining unbiased. So please, if you have something to say about these teams, then go ahead and join me down below in the comments, share your thoughts on the MCC 24 teams. Don't tell me I'm wrong, because once again it's my opinion, and yeah, I'm most definitely wrong with all of my placements because the teams are apparently the most balanced they've ever been, and there are so many possible combinations for where to put each team, plus we don't know the game order or what games will even be in this event, and the coin multiplier therefore makes it impossible for me to get every single placement correct, but in previous videos I managed to get just a couple right. With that out of the way, let's look at our MCC 24 teams. In last place, but by no means the worst team, the Cyan Coyotes with Jojo Solos, Hannah XX Rose Amesy, and Pleasant Moon. Unsurprisingly, Hannah's highly anticipated addition to the event has been followed up by several MCC practice streams as she learns the different games. There is a heavy lack of experience across all members. Hannah is of course a newcomer. Amesy had their debut only last event with 39th place after a couple of mediocre non-canon participations, and Jojo joined recently in season 2, again starting by winning MCC Rising before storming into the canon events with some top 10 placements, but she dropped to 18th, her lowest score yet. The only veteran on the team is Pearl, who began playing back in season 1, having already teamed with Jojo in the last event where their team came 9th. The Cyan Coyotes will definitely struggle with Sansa time as all members finish in the bottom 10 of this game in this event for average coins. Although Sky Batu and Tiketi other side may benefit the team, without seeing Hannah's ability in MCC we can't be certain of this. Here's an interesting one to watch out for: the Pink Parrots with Filza, Captain Sparkles, Indolitwood and Ant Venom. The team of men all over 30, but don't let their large age fool you, there's decent skill between everyone here. Like Hannah, the other newcomer to this event, Ant Venom, is already practicing mainly Ace Race, which is by itself one of the better games for this team, as Jordan and Martin are both above average at movement. They are surprisingly a good meltdown team, despite Jordan getting kicked out of MCC 23 Dodgeball after a poor performance in this game, while Martin's team popped off in meltdown as the finale, which in turn secured him in Dodgeball to win his first event. While Jordan won MCC 22, Filza also won MCC 19, and everyone except Ant have played in MCC since the very beginning, so I'm sure that Ant will quickly settle into the event with this veteran trio, but I think this may also be the least competitive team. Everyone here is capable of managing top 20, and this kind of overall consistency between all members is beneficial in achieving a higher team placement than 9th. Next up in 8th, we have the Green Geckos with 5 Up, Tap Out, Orion Sound and Gemini Tay. Should be a fun team dynamic with a fair amount of chaos. 5 Up and Gemini Tay recently won MCC 20 together. They are both top level grid runners players with excellent comms, and 5 Up as usual has already been found strategizing for each game on stream, so clearly he's taking the event seriously as always. Tap Out returns after an upset in his own performances, finishing at his lowest ever placement of 24th in MCC 22, but an immediate redemption arrived when his team powered through to Dodgeball in MCC Pride 22 with himself finishing 4th individually. On the other hand, Orion Sound had his best performance in MCC 22 with 16th place while simultaneously achieving his first win. Obviously this isn't a PvP focused team, but their tendency to dominate team based games should make up for this, for example being the strongest build mod team this event. It's just a case of which category of game is played for the second half of the event. Now we have the Purple Pandas with Illumina, Ragai Rocky, Quinios and Michael McChill. The powerhouse in the team is Illumina, who has pulled crazy stats including never leaving the top 5 individually in season 2. His best games being movement based such as Rocket Speed Rush and Ace Race. He was with Quinios when they won MCC 13 on the legendary Teal Turkeys, but since their first win together, Quinios has been participating very infrequently and with a huge range of placements, ranging from 10th in MCC 19 all the way down to 34th in MCC 21. Michael has less of a deviation in performance than Quinios, and the past couple of events has found himself stuck in the bottom 10 individually, but this was while on some statistically weaker teams. This team is the strongest in the event for one game in particular, survival games, thanks to Raigai's insane first place in that game in MCC 19, where he amassed an incredible 800 points to be the highest SG score this event. Despite the Purple Pandas being well ahead on SG statistics, they would be best to avoid a different PvP game, Sky Battle, at all costs, and if you've seen Illumina in this game you'll understand why. Almost at the halfway point now, 6th place with the Blue Bats with Sapnap, Foolish Gamer, Sylvie and G Nelly. Here the team captain will be Sapnap. He's been on some sort of rampage lately, never leaving the top 10 in season 2, but recently his team placements happen in the lower half. Teaming with Sylvie will bring about an interesting dynamic. They've teamed together several times before, including MCC 18 which they won. Sylvie has also seen rapid improvement, barely hitting top 15 last event in MCC 23 after average individual placements. She's teamed with G Nelly in MCC 22, but after her debut in MCC 18, she has always finished bottom 10 individually. Foolish on this team will be intriguing to watch. His recent debut in MCC 22 with Sapnap didn't go so well, but immediately after that he won the non-canon Pride 22 event. He has been highly commended for his determination to train and his mechanical capability. The Blue Bats are statistically the best team in the event for Battlebox and Meltdown. It's going to be a chaotic POV to watch, but please don't watch them during build mod. Just don't. Here we go, moving into the top 5 teams for this event, starting with the Orange Ocelots with H-Bomb, Tommy Net, Tubbo and Jack Manifold. Another chaotic POV to watch, and one that I think will be lacking until the second half of the event, as this is when Sands of Time is usually played. H-Bomb's best game, always helping his team score highly in this game. While some may suggest that Orange Ocelots may not actually be good at Sands of Time, Tommy has proven that when he takes it seriously he can win it, for example in MCC 21. But according to the statistics, they do much better in Grid Runners and Rocket Speed Rush, being the top team this event for both games. Much of this is due to Tubbo's unrivaled ability in comms and rocket mechanics, making him the second best player this event for both these games. Sky Battle is another good game for the Ocelots, one which Tommy will most likely take the leadership role in. There's great chemistry between the trio of Tommy, Tubbo and Jack, who have proven that sometimes they can exceed the expectations despite playing for fun. This is further cemented with fellow Dream SMP member H-Bomb, who can help to micromanage them. Don't let their antics and playing for content attitude deceive you. There's a chance they may repeat the pop-off potential we've occasionally seen from them. Moving on to 4th place, which will be the Yellow Yaks with Dream, George Not Found, Bad Boy Halo and Skeppy. Similar to the MCC All-Stars Red Rabbits, the team that dominated most of the event and eventually won by sweeping Dodgeball, but this time the Yellow Yaks have got Skeppy instead of Sabnab, and that makes all the difference. Skeppy has only ever played once in MCC 14 at the start of the season with 36th individual while teaming with Bad Boy Halo, though to be fair they were on a weaker team that depended too much on their first performance. Dream and George are a much more stable duo and when together usually perform well. In 2022 we can typically see Dream in the top 5 and George not far behind in the top 10. Bad Boy Halo has had mixed events, but when teamed with Dream in MCC 16 in August 2021 performed at his very best in the canon event, winning the event with 16th individual. Now 1 year on, can Dream and Bad recreate their MCC 16 success? They will need to play parkour tag, ace race and to get to the other side late. Clearly this is a movement focused team and Skeppy will need to drastically improve on his original scores if the Yaks want to reach the top. The 3rd place team who unfortunately barely missed Dodgeball for this list are the Red Rabbits with Purpled, Ranbu, Wilbusut and Captain Puffy. Purpled will take charge here. He has seen exponential growth in performance, being the best player on his team in his past 2 events with top 3 individual placements while also being in Dodgeball winning MCC 22. While this may seem like an OP team, you have to remember that Ranbu and Wilbur had a rough last event, finishing 30th and 33rd respectively in MCC 23 on a last place team. Usually when they're committed, the duo can rise to top 20, but despite teaming together far too many times they've never made it to Dodgeball, but perhaps Purple's leadership can help them. Captain Puffy has modest lower end performances, teaming with Purple on his MCC 20 debut. The Red Rabbits are the best team in the event for Hole in the Wall thanks to Ranbu's high numbers in this game, Sands of Time thanks to Puffy's own high numbers here, and the second best in the event for To Get to the Other Side thanks to Purple being the number 1 player this event on average. It's evident that everyone here has something to contribute to the team's success, provided they actually choose to try on the day. Here are the top 2 teams that could very well enter Dodgeball, and though in actuality any of the 10 teams could make into the finale, this is just my gut instinct. Our runner-up team are the Aqua Axolotls with Fruitberry, Smallish Beans, Cup Fan and Good Times with Scar. It's a clear reference to the MCC 12 Llamas, but this time with Scar instead of Puddles and Moon. That team made it to Dodgeball but ended up losing, so this is a nice redemption opportunity from season 1. The Fruit plus Joel duo has proven to be both popular and powerful both times they teamed together in season 2. They both finished top 10 individually. They hold high averages in Rocket Speed Rush, survival games and even Sky Battle, thanks to an aggressive playstyle from Joel in MCC 23 Sky Battle and consistently strong performances from Fruit. The Aqua Axolotls are also above average for this event in Sounds of Time due to Cup Fan having the most coins from that game in the whole event on average, currently holding an impressive 458 coins here. Sky improved his role as Sandkeeper in MCC 22 where his team came second in Sounds of Time, so clearly this is a good game for the team, and so if Cup Fan wants a shot at winning on his birthday, they may want this game towards the end as is usual. And in 1st place, although I don't expect a huge lead from them, the Llamas with Kratzy, Smager, CPK and Shubble, featuring PvP mastermind Kratzy, who hasn't been forming as he usually does the past couple of canon events due to having some of the weaker teams in MCCs 20 and 21. He's proved his potential on other occasions, achieving top 10 several times throughout season 2. CPK has experienced serious improvements, now consistently finishing top 10 individually, his main strength lying in movement games, with him winning Ace Race in MCC 23. What these 2 A-tier players struggle with is team and communication based games, but that is where the popular Smager plus Shubble duo come in. They can offer the team comms needed to lift the rest of the team in build mod and grid runners. Overall a well-rounded team with each player specialized in their own discipline. I can already see history repeating itself after the MCC 5 Yellow Yaks, which had this exact team but with Quig instead of Kratzy, won that event and again entered Dodgeball in All-Stars. I think the thing to take away from this is that rankings are starting to become more and more unpredictable, and that's a good thing because it shows the teams are becoming more and more balanced. You know, looking at my own ranking I still feel unsure about how low I place the Blue Bats. Maybe they should be a couple of places higher, but at what expense? See, if I move a team up a few spots, who should I move down? Even as I'm recording this I haven't made up my full mind, and that's okay, but remember that these are just initial thoughts and they will undoubtedly change as I see which teams are putting in the most pre-event practice and which games will be announced and for which teams they'll benefit the most. I might post my final predictions right before the event starts in the comments below, so go join me there to discuss these epic teams. Well, I've been your host, I hope you found this video informative and enjoyable, and I'll catch you all in the next MCC video. See ya!